Hey y'all, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Quasimorph. In the last part, we did a couple conquests to reshape the galaxy. We got some unexpected reinforcements from the pirates, which was pretty great, and we also did our first defense mission, which went pretty well for us. And to start off today, there was something that I did at the last part that I kind of want to double check. SBN was getting a lot of specialist records, however, I did realize while I was recording that I am one away on management unit from getting the capsule. And right there, unfortunately, right away, it does look like SBN has kind of a monopoly on this stuff. However, over here on Deimos, Realware is also making them. The other ones are all pretty far away, so we're not worried about those. And we don't have any credits or anything with Realware right now, unfortunately. However, we do have decent reputation with them, and reputation directly influences selling prices, and they're also willing to give us Tech 2. They're almost up to Tech 3. Yeah, we're in the orbit of Mars right now. Deimos is literally right next door, and over here, yeah, the unit that we need is 161 on credit. They're gonna upcharge that, but I think we'll be fine. So what we'll probably do to start off, yeah, we have an infiltration for Realware right here, or an espionage rather. We will go negative with them, but we're only losing 6 credits, so I don't really care about that. And I think this will be a decent little opportunity to send out Maximilian for his first mission. This is actually gonna be a little bit of a tough one. It's gonna be 970 power concentration across 2 floors, so I'm guessing there's gonna be quite a few enemies. So sending a sniper might be a bit risky on this if we get overwhelmed, but we do gotta try at least on one mission. We did have quite a bit of medical gear, so he will have some decent poison resist, 24, so 38%. Also, interesting little thing here. I was about to say we'll send him out with an antidote, which I do think I want to do, but apparently this reduces alcoholism by 80%. I never noticed that. That is very interesting. We'll go ahead and send him out with one of these as well. And I did grab this stuff off of Percy just to be safe, because, yeah, Daydream Chems, they're really okay to deal with until they really screw you with their poison stuff. So I think being a little bit cautious here is probably going to be all right. Other than that, I'm going to send him out with a bunch of low-quality food to help clear up some cargo space. And I think we'll be good with 1 stack of ammo to start off. We're definitely going to need the scavenge weapon in the field. I might even try and get one of their toxic needles, but we'll see what we end up grabbing. And this thing is a single load, so we don't even need to worry about the gladiator vest. We can go ahead and stick with the hobo. Okay, I also did not check what type of station this is. It looks like to be some kind of mining station. Technically not an upgrade according to the game. This thing actually costs more. We lose pierce resist, but we gain blunt, cut, and cold. I'm gonna try and drag that back to the ship. I think we're gonna need the pierce resist on this, but that is interesting. I guess there's also 2 different variants of medical armors. This might be a medical station, actually. We're finding a lot of medical stuff on the ground, or maybe that's just pure chance. And this thing only has a single fire mode, so nothing too crazy on that front. Okay, first contact in the room down here. Still 95 in sprint. That's pretty good. Okay. There you go. A little bit of an odd angle there. There we go. Sprint forward to get this guy. Get a reload in. Okay, that was a risky peek. Yeah, I really should have waited for that one. That's fine. Back off. I don't have an angle anymore. And you had 2 AP, so stick to the wall so you hopefully don't get an angle. Self-healing fracture, we're fine there. Probably just get to straight up cover. Get it as far away as we can. There we go. Just gonna do a couple sneak reloads in place. And we're doing okay on food. Probably time to get rid of some of it, though. I will say, one thing, I don't know if this is part of an update or if I've just been lucky in all my other runs. It feels like people love to pop off with the burst on pistols a lot more than they used to. Because I really thought that was an SMG again. Although, 797 for 1, but 2 is turret right away. Drop the poo and drop the frostbite tablets. I dropped rags. Screw it, it's fine. Drop that too. More medical gear. Okay, so I guess that's going to be the other steez for these guys, is their chemical troopers really do like the medical armor. Ooh, armor plates and wire. I would like to try and get some of that out. We're doing okay on rusty metal, and it sounds dumb, but I'm going to drop the extra splint. I think if anything's going to kill us, it's going to be the poison, so I think that's fine. Speaking of toxic needle, yeah, disassemble that immediately. Thanks for the help. Also, this thing has a burst fire mode. It only loses 15 accuracy and half-degree scatter. That's actually pretty good. I'm gonna actually leave it on burst for a little bit. I might regret that. Also, probably go back to the sniper rifle. Okay, contact on the far end of the hallway. See how we do in walking. There we go. What's the base accuracy on this thing, by the way? 4 to 11, great range. 125, and okay, so this thing's a crit monster. Got it. Sometimes you don't need the crit, though. Sneak up a little bit. Okay, I was about to say maybe start doing some sneak shooting, but that's a little greedy. Double shot, you love to see it. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling there were going to be more coming in. And looks like you will be Let's go ahead and walk away. Actually, sprint away over here. Turn around in stealth. Oh, wait. Okay, that's either a Gorgon or the Aspid. I will probably upgrade to either one, depending on what we get. Wait for that. I will say the pierce through is very nice on the sniper rifle. Good kill on that. Couple in-place reloads. And probably go ahead and make a little bit of room now that we've gone through with that stack. Well, it's a toxic needle in a lot better condition than ours, that's for sure. Go ahead and swap those for now. Robot parts, and that was a Gorgon. This is a very similar situation to the flamethrower. Do I think I'm gonna kill myself with this thing, or is it worth the risk? It's definitely worth a lot more. The effective range is 6. Actually, this thing has a lot better range than the flamethrower. I say a lot. I think the flamethrower has a range of 5. Screw it, let's have fun. I'll regret saying that, but video games are supposed to be fun, right? And robot parts, we actually don't need to eat food. It's fine. Eat the chicken. And can we use video games on you? Not at all. We're doing okay on plastic. I'll go ahead and drop that. Next thing I'll drop is probably the burn tablets, even though I would really like to get some of those for some of the other factions. And we actually got lucky and found 797 on the ground. Scheisse. Drop the burn tablets. It's fine. Oh, follow up. Since we have a second, I'm about to get rushed because I said that. Go ahead and start reloading the Gorgon so we can make sure we get the most ammo out. It does go up to a 60 stack, so we might even... Ooh. Okay, other thing that I did see, RealWare does want weapon parts. We're doing okay on armor plates. Yeah, I think that means we have 25 on the ship. I'm gonna try and get weapon parts because I might end up selling a bunch of those to try and get that management unit. And this Gorgon can hold 70. That's pretty damn solid. And elevators right here if we want it. I think we take that, because we are already full up. Target is pretty close by to the east, and to answer my previous question, it does look like we are in some kind of a mining colony. Okay, looks like there is somebody on the target. Okay, we're not that close to the target. We still have a ways to go. Question is, which way? That's sketchy. Okay, you know what? Let's try... I'm gonna try that out. Also, this thing uses 10 at a time. That is very good to know. Go up to sprint, reload, and run away. Because even though those aren't the biggest piles of it, any step into a puddle will automatically apply that damage if I'm not mistaken. And we don't really have anywhere for cover. That's what I don't like about these places. Also, follow-up. Did you actually figure out where I am? Keep sprinting over here. We'll wait for a couple turns. Trigger precise shot and don't use it, but honestly, that's just XP grinding, so I'm fine with that. Okay, get a little bit closer. You're patrolling this hallway. Okay. Sneak up a... Okay. Go down and walk in. Rip a shot at you. Wait. Back off a couple more. There we go. That was going to be stealth checks, but we didn't need it. Wait till this guy shows up. He should have seen me. Angle there. There we go. Yeah, sniper's a little bit different playstyle than I'm used to. It's still pretty fun. You just really got to try and play range, obviously, because, you know, sniper rifle and whatnot. Which can be tricky in this game, especially in tight corridors like these. But it's not impossible. A vodka. I'm actually going to go ahead and finish off these noodles, get rid of the other one, and grab that. Medical pants. Honestly, not terrible, but I think we break it apart. We're getting a lot of wire out, which is nice. I don't think this is actually going to go over to the objective. I'm guessing this will be a dead end, but I do want to check it out. Fuel barrel. Check our back. If we have an angle, it doesn't look like we do. Okay, you know what? Don't risk that. Just go ahead and shoot over at this hallway. Back off and walking, I think. Okay, we do have an angle on you. We're going to clip the wall if we do this. And I don't know if this guy's actually going to push because of the puddle or if that's silent. Rip shot at you. Keep walking away. Finish you off. Yeah, this just says poison spreading. Doesn't say anything about whether enemies can hear it or not, because it's not technically a gunshot. I assume people get curious about it, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Go ahead and spray a little bit more over here just in case. Actually go down sneaking, see if you followed me through the hallway. Precise shot up to 2. That just increases that crit chance. Did we level anything else yet? We have not. Yeah, this one might be a little bit trickier to level up than it used to be. But I do feel like it's going to be extremely rewarding once you get it. Okay. Yep. That was, I had a feeling that might happen. Jeff Hammer MD. Ooh. Okay. Rip shot and walk. There we go. And 2 lacerations. Yikes. Body laceration, leg laceration. The arm is scratched. Thankfully, that only eats 1 AP for 2 actions. You love to see it. We're gonna risk a stealth check. Glad we did. Hopefully this guy doesn't have too much AP. Go up to walking. Oh, I think this guy has 3 AP. That could be a problem. Okay. And I can't run because of the leg laceration. Gorgon, keep walking away. Corner, spray. I don't think we even got a pile over here. I think the blood piles overrode it. Keep walking away. Scratch self-healing. Keep walking. Go up to sprint. Sniper monkey. Okay, 1 shot, 1 kill. You love to see it. Ooh, that was sketchy. Another stealth check. Probably get a reload in on this thing. Honestly, just do sneak reloads there. Okay, more coming in. Spray all the way out in the hallway. Again, I think the problem here is the blood is actually overriding the puddles. I don't think I've had to explain this yet, or it hasn't really come up. But the way the puddles work is just the bigger puddle wins, basically, to my knowledge, is the math behind it. So the fact that there's giant blood puddles in the hallway, those are going to be harder to overwrite with new ones like, you know, acid and fire. I believe if you extinguish, that will overwrite anything because it's a max tier water pile, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Okay, we got lucky. I did actually check that before I went up to walking, but it did let me go up to walking. Yeah, I'm still not sure what qualifies as a sneak check versus letting you upgrade to walking if you check while you're in sneak with looking. And yeah, obviously the scariest thing for us right now as a sniper is people that have a lot of AP and close quarters weapons. And looks like we got most of our health back. A lot. This might actually go to the objective because we're getting a lot of people that keep filtering in from here. Case in point, I really want to go loot one of these guys to get a new backup weapon. Go up to walking. We're going to try this again. Okay, we got someone with the... Oh, you know what? Okay. Good to know. Blind shot doesn't just apply to your sniper rifle. The blind shot perk applies to everything. So we hit him with the actual spray, which should help us out. I don't know if we got any actual acid piles or not, but it should be good down here. So let's go ahead and keep firing that way. Keep sneaking back. Actually gonna rip a shot. Ooh, try that. I really just want him to get in this kill box right here. I don't think they're taking the bait though. Do a couple reloads in place, move up. Yeah, they all retreated to this hallway. Okay, we did sneak up, so we actually have time to do a little bit of looting. Problem here, if I'm... how do we want to peek this? Okay, I think I've got a plan. I'm gonna go Gorgon. Wait 1 more turn. There's 4 of them in that hallway. Spray right here, fall back. Sneak check. Okay, they definitely do hear and slash see the Gorgon spray. That's good to know. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. We go a little bit of an angle here, I think. Wait. Spray. Pull back. Pull back. Try and spray all the way out into the hallway. Reload the last of this. Okay, these guys are just corner camping dicks. It feels like they... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, it feels like the AI is a lot more defensive and campy and annoying than they used to be. Yeah, camp that, you fucking nerd. Yeah, come out into the hallway now, you fuckers. Keep coming. I've got all day. At least until I run out of food, which, speaking of, I think there was some lard in here. I'm going to go grab that, since we don't have to worry about Quasimorphosis. Is that 3 or 4 that I just killed? I lost count. Welding machine. Oh, what do we get rid of for that? We don't need to get rid of anything, because we used up all our ammo. We can swap this over. If I need to, I'll just drop something out of my backpack, reload the Gorgon, try and fill that up, and we'll use that to extract ammo. Oh, but I want to go grab that Jeff hammer, though. Choices. Everyone had jackhammers, by the way, which is interesting because this is Daydream Chems. Unless the map also influences the enemies that show up, which I never really considered, but that does make some amount of sense. I never really thought about that until just this moment, but that could be a concern going forward, or at least a consideration. Also, probably go ahead and re-up as we move. And you had an AI module. Why wouldn't you? Do you repair Gorgons, by the way? You do. Yeah, Jeff Hammer MD. The Gorgon's been fun. And I think this is actually a lot safer than the flamethrower. It feels very effective. However, I don't think we're going to be bringing this thing out on missions anytime soon. Whereas I know we're going to use the Jeff Hammer. So I will disassemble you, grab the Jeff Hammer. Would be nice to get ammo for the thing. Probably drop the vodka. Oh, we need to for the AI module. Fuck. It's fine. You know what? I don't think... I say I'm not going to use this. It's fine. We'll disassemble it and try and grab buckshot, and we need 797 still. Okay, contact in the next room. Not my favorite. Burn. Okay, check what they have. You're gonna have slugs, I think, right? Yeah, they like slugs in the border FNs. We'll do corner checks here. Go down to sneak checks again, make sure we're fine from the back. Okay, there's the electronic device. It was here. Second AI module, though. That's a nice little bonus. I'm pretty unlucky on weapon parts. Of course, the one time I want to grab a bunch of them is when we don't get them, because that's how this game works. It really feels bad having just 5 buckshot and 1 extra 797. And drop the buckshot, because I know we can make that. Put the first aid down here, grab the PCPU. The problem is I do need literally every single bullet of 797 I can get my hands on, until we can make our own, that is. Okay, pretty successful little run out with our sniper for the first time. Definitely a little bit sketchy, but we got it done, and RealWare loves us. Thank you, RealWare. The Land Ultim 9mm. Bit of a shame, but not a bad little pistol. It's okay. And they gave us a bunch of real garbage at the end, so that makes me think they probably didn't give us any credits for this one. Oh no, guys, don't worry. We got 1 credit. Yay. All right, let's see if we can go buy the thing we need over on Deimos. Oh, actually, before we do that, oh, right, the welding machines. Okay, before we click on either, see if we can do anything else down the tree. Extra slot, we'll need 1 more. I think that's going to be military parts. You need more of that. You need more of that as well. We can actually go for this one right away. You need 2 industrial ARs, and I believe that's construction drones. And then we need even more welding machines over here at 6. Okay, definitely go to the right then. So immediately we get lower assembly time and an extra slot, which is huge. Yeah, we need 2 construction drones and 2 industrial ARs, so we'll keep an eye out for those. And then 6 welding machines. Interesting. I thought it was going to be the lineup here. No, that's actually technically worth 2 slots, I think. That's huge. There we go. Now we got 4 slots that we can work with anytime we're on the move. And RealWare, I really need you to be real cool about this. How much do you actually like us after that mission? 33. I don't think they're going to be giving us too good of a deal on this, but it should be a little bit more favorable than with a straight up neutral faction. Yeah, you're charging 161 per. Nope, 42% upcharge, 229. Yeah, you want food containers, all that, and it's only worth 120 credits. Yikes. Definitely keep our water. I need to keep at least 1 stack of weapon parts. What else would you be willing to take? We could sell them our Quasimorph sensor, and they want data miners. They're actually willing to pay a lot for data miners. I'm not giving them the Quasimorph sensor. 458 for 2 of the things. 687. I think I'm fine giving them a stack of weapon parts, a food container, and 3 data miners. There we go. 3 management units, which now means container upgrade capsules are online. Oh, and even better, I forgot this is the tree that actually needs all of the repair kits, which fortunately I did just give away a bunch of weapon parts. I think we can make just about all the weapon parts we need to actually get this done. So go ahead and check ahead of time. Yeah, we can go up the entire top line. So that's extra inventory on the capsule. It recharges faster thanks to a firearm kit. We have 1 high-tech repair kit online, which is 2 more slots. One of our 2 armor kits gets us the shuttle right away. We need to make 1 more high-tech repair kit. Can I do that right now? We need microchips. Damn it. Okay. We can make that happen pretty quickly, though. That's fine. And you also need a high-tech kit. Okay, these are the last 2 high-techs we need. And then what do you need? Oh, you need the nanorobot grenades that are plasma, right? And we need 1 more management unit. And then that'll be the extra airlock, which will be another charge of the thing. So a little bump to our supply technology, and we've basically got the hangar up and running. I'd say that is a very good start to all that. But we do need to find something to go do with said new things. I want to leave civil resistance alone. Unchained belt, sabotage. Ugh, that is a lot of power concentration. Does Unchained belt technically like us yet? I think they don't. Yeah, -10. And this is the thing I was afraid of. We are a pretty far way away from everything around us because of where Mars is in orbit. On the off chance, are you actually close to any of the asteroids? Nope. I think they're all on the left side of the solar system, which I don't think that's technically how space works, but you guys know what I mean. Actually, Hygeia is close. And of course, the one thing we could do over here is a civil resistance escort. Let's not do that. Okay, Jupiter's all the way out there. 105 days if you guys want to let auto-resolve go for a while. I think we're good. Yeah, let's actually travel back to Mars real quick and see if we can get some good stuff on the monitoring station, since we have more options there. A mission for SBN could be potentially useful, and a mission for Daydream Chems. SBN elimination. I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping we could hit SBN, not work for them, but that escort is insanely difficult, as is the Daydream Chems against them. Okay, that would be 800 something power concentration per floor, 830. The SBN control, that's interesting. That is a huge reward. And that's going to be defending the 3 different satellites or whatever the objective is. I never figured out, one, how the power concentration works on control missions, whether that's divided between the 3 points or if it's 783 per objective. And 2, that's saying 4 skulls. I think that means they're going to be coming in with sauced ass equipment. We could bring a turret per objective. Why are you saying we have 4? Oh, did I... Hold on. I think we... Okay, we do have 4. Good. So I could bring all of these out and still have the one I need for an eventual upgrade that I probably won't get for another 30 parts. Who could I bring on that mission is the question. My immediate thought is Percy. This is a very good defensive weapon. The problem with that, 60, almost 2 full stacks. That's real risky. And you have 0 poison resistance. And the problem is if I definitely like go all in on tech against poison, which I don't think I really have that good of armor. I literally just destroyed it on the last mission. They'll just bring other stuff too. That's a greedy one. I kind of want to do it, but that feels way too greedy. That's me looking at the reward and not the power concentration or the difficulty. Okay, again, damn it. I want to bring Isabella out and have her chop people up. I don't know if that's a good idea against a toxic faction. I feel like her running through acid puddles to chop people up is a bad idea. Oh, you're also rocking basic ass armor. Hold on. I should at least try and give you decent armor, see what you can end up with. We literally have no main armor for poison. That's a concern. Yeah, with best available armor, she literally has 0 poison resist, so I can't really justify that either. We'll get Isabella back out there one day. I really do like the idea of the melee classes, but there's always so many risks involved with that. And speaking of risk, another problem I just saw is I was going to send Francis on this one with the new Jeff Hammer, but he also has literally 0 poison resistance. We might want to try and get some armor off of this mission, which fortunately, thanks to the fact that we have a shuttle and a capsule, we should be able to actually do decently. So we're going to do even more work for SBN, who I kind of hate, but maybe they'll decide to be nice this time. I'm not going to expect it. We're going to hit Daydream Chems again, who despises us, but I also don't like them either, so it's fine. And we'll go on a little bit of an elimination. And right now, our cargo hold is pretty basic on the shuttle, but anything that we can drag back here is worth doing so. Okay, there's our first contact. Looks like you are walking up with 1 AP at a time. Looks like you have a Liberator. Good start to try and hopefully get some... Okay, never mind. Let's back off. Back off a little bit more. There we go. And here we go. Try and get some decent armor to deal with toxic. Pretty much anything will do. And a gladiator. Good start. Okay, looks like we have a couple contacts over here. I saw one over here as well as a new one here. Back off a little bit. Get to this corner and wait. Maybe they didn't see us. Nothing on sprint peak. Get to cover here. Okay, there we go. Pretty sure there's one more. There we go. Guess there was a third one. Okay, that was greedy, but I was waiting for this guy to have one. Didn't know about you. That's fine. Go walking, shoot you. The piercing wound is okay. Wait, one more. Starting stealth. Probably want to go check this corner, but we'll loot these guys and probably drag some stuff back to the ship. Ooh, chemical processor. That's pretty good. Don't think we need that anytime soon, but still decent. Decent helmet. I think I'd rather wait for the next tier. We literally have no resistance, so maybe don't be too greedy about that stuff right this moment.
I will tear you apart.
Okay, slight problem. Go ahead back off 2 while we reload. There we go. Also looks like there's nothing over here. Melee with a jackhammer, and you probably have a gun. Moving up by one at a time, though. Okay, just test subject. And this guy had a frost grenade. I don't remember if we've seen this before, but that is a little bit surprising. We should definitely get that out of here if we can. Okay, I think with these bodies looted, we can go ahead and start running back to the ship. And we're definitely putting all the armor and the equipment on there. And that fills us right up. So now we got one more row of stuff we can work with, which isn't the worst. Again, any kind of gear that we can drag out of here, even if we lose, is always going to be a net gain. And it does feel like we're going to be hitting Daydream Chems a lot more often. So even some basic medical gear might be pretty beneficial for us. And nothing up here, sadly. I did want to double check that. Okay, probably a good time to push on to the elevator if we can find the damn thing. Okay, contacts over to the left, so that's probably where we're going to find the elevator, unless it's right here. I don't think that's going to be one of those rooms. Doesn't look like it from the outside. Although, a little bit of chem gear never hurts. Let's check. Ooh, north or south? Let's try out down here first. I might actually try and get a stack of raw flesh out of here as well, just so that I can make some antibiotics, because I have been sleeping on that. We do really need to get some if we can. There's our elevator. Good weapon, maybe? Nope. Welding machine, though. That makes up for it. And second floor, and our first capsule drop of the run is inbound. Hooray. No pirates showed up today, unfortunately, but that's fine. Capsule, activate. Both are decently far away, but at least they're near each other. So if he has good gear, we can hopefully just drop it straight on the capsule. Grid mechanisms, I don't think we need that many more engineer kits, and we do have a couple. I do need rods for that, so I'm going to try and grab a couple of those. More of those medical boots if we want to go that route. I'll disassemble these ones. There we go. Got some wire out of it. I think that was a test subject up here, and interesting that they completely blocked this section off. Okay, I had a feeling you saw me. Open door from probably over here. Yep, got two coming in. Do a loot check and stealth, then we'll... Okay, you got one movement, and then you're going to try and flank this way. So go up to walking, shoot you, keep going this way, go back down to stealth, so... Okay, I think you actually heard this one and went back to check.
I will tear you apart.
Okay, pretty lucky there. Get a reload in. We'll go back down here, do some corner peeking on stealth. We're good. Go back up for another looting run. We do need some transformers. That is true. Probably drop the poppy for that. I would like to try and get a backstock of that going as well if we can. Okay, a little bit of a surprise here. No problem. There we go. Probably got friends on the way. Sneak up to cover. Looks like we're good. Okay. Yeah, I think one thing I really do need to invest in if we get the opportunity is a way to increase our stealth check range. That would be very nice. I think there's some bots that do that, but I don't know if we've come across those, sadly. Or cyborg parts, rather. Follow up. We are starting to get a Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. We're not going to have a surplus. I'm going to reload. That is a nice thing about having a big-ass magazine, is that if you need to make room for ammo, all you need to do usually is reload. Okay, that was a shooter. I didn't see what kind of weapon it was. Oh, that was the manager, actually. Sneak up. Go triple shot. Shoot for you immediately. Okay, slight problem there. That might burn up the gear. Hopefully not. Call for the evac. Guy over here. Rip some downtown shots at you. Reload again. You might have a decent weapon on you if we're lucky. You had a buffalo. Molotov. Good thing that didn't go off in your pocket while you were literally on fire. That would have been real bad. Go back to the capsule first. Drop anything that's a full stack or individual. Grab Molotov for sure. Grab the buffalo. Hydra 33S. I don't think we need that. I think we actually have a few decent pistols. And I guess try and disassemble some ammo on our way out. I'm going to play a little greed and check the surrounding area. See if there's anything on the shelves. But we do need to bounce as soon as we can. Okay, nothing here. You started down here. There might be good gear over here. Well, there is a guy with a gun. That's a good start. Go to walking, cover, and shoot. Okay, more friends. Laser sight will take care of you. Walk up a little bit. Problem here is that we're going to start burning a lot of ammo that may not be worth it. Oh, you know what? Oh, punishment. Interesting little conundrum here. It was worth it. The problem is I have no idea what we should be dropping or what? I'm gonna disassemble that. I'm gonna grab the punishment itself. It has ammo in it. Disassemble that. Eat the canned vegetables. Grab the industrial AR. Wouldn't mind grabbing a combat AR too. Drop. Yeah, we have one of each of those. That's fine. Stealth check because there's probably more coming along the way. Oh, weapon crate. AZ-96, unfortunately. Disassemble that, and then the ammo, so we can get some decent powder out. Might as well keep checking this way. Reanimatron. And I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last run, but there was a comment a while ago that was saying you can use this to revive turrets, if I understood it correctly. So that could actually be very good. If nothing else, they make for a decent selling item. I'm gonna drop the one piece of raw flesh for that because we haven't gotten lucky and found any. Or we haven't, I've just completely spaced out on it because I normally don't prioritize it. But I think we're good to bounce now. Okay, slight problem. A couple people came to investigate their dead boss. This guy's got to come out of here at some point. Stop corner camping, you little bastard. There we go. All right, now fall back and use the bipod. There we go. Okay, a couple more corpses to check and then we can bounce. Also follow up. I think I left... Yeah, there we go. Probably drop the rag since we have one stack. Move wire, move that up. If we can get anything else interesting out. Oh, we did reload all our ammo. That's perfect. Some decent medical pants. Go ahead and grab those. And this guy had truffle oil and video game. If I grab the video game, ooh, almost a full stack of powder. I would like to get this truffle oil out. I think this occasionally sells very well. Probably drop the 2 long blades. There we go. Okay, now I think we're good to bounce. We will sneak out because actually there shouldn't be anyone behind me, but you never know with this game. Someone may have come from the other side of the level all the way down to the elevator and just did a weird-ass check. Looks like we're good, though. Okay, SBN, honestly, not the best reward, but they didn't necessarily completely screw us. Silent Eagle's not great. They gave us a rookie vest, so that's actually really nice. That's our first one. A mine ship we already have, but 2 stacks of 797, as well as some Tran exam, and then some chicken and garbage paper towels. Not the best reward, but it's an acceptable one. Also, I guess we found some antibiotics at some point, so definitely go ahead and put those back. Okay, we didn't get any credit with SBN on that one either, but they do like us a decent amount, so we might be able to do some trading with them before we head off to somewhere else. If we want to head back to wherever they were selling that stuff. Was that over on Deimos? Or was that back on Earth? I can check the list later, it's fine. But that's where we'll call it apart for here, ladies and gentlemen. Really just bullying Daydream Chems this episode. Wasn't my intent, but it worked out. We got a little bit more gear so we can actively fight them, and hopefully that'll pay off. But most importantly of all, our hangar is up and running in a pretty good capacity. And next time, I would like to continue working towards that. We need to make 2 more high-tech kits. And then after that, we'll be able to max out our shuttle. We just need to make 1 of those, in fact. And if we wanted to, this is something I didn't get to do on my last run because I was focused on other things. We might be able to go for early trade. And in my free time, I never really experimented with this because I didn't really get too far into the barter economy. I think we understand it quite a bit better now. Also, the stuff that you need to upgrade it seems to be extremely rare, numerous, and expensive. Of course, the other thing we need to go for is ledgers over in the navigation tree. I think ledgers themselves are relatively cheap. They're getting more expensive by the day, though. A lot of people are manufacturing them, though, including Realware again. So we do have a few options for those, including, actually, that is an idea. We could even hit Daydream Chems again if we want to do a control mission for SBN. This one has a huge reward. I think next time we might open with a very difficult control mission. I'll have to think about that. I'm not going to commit to that, but next time we might come back in for that. With that reward and the fact that SBN only kind of likes us, I don't think their tech is that high yet either. Actually, it's up to Tech 3, and they're willing to give us up to Tech 4. Yeah, next time if we can manage to pull it off, we might get a pretty solid little reward from SBN. So whatever we decide to do, hopefully you're looking forward to it. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.